We're at the Dawson's Great Lakes Museum now on our Shiver on the River, and it's important to remember that it's built like going up in a ship. So a lot of the ships on the Great Lakes are just like this. So we're going to go upstairs to the pilot house where they run things. These are all what the lights look like for the old lighthouses that showed you your way on a ship. And now this would be just like being on one of those old ships, because now we head into the pilot. That's what the museum is designed to show, how you operate a ship. And you actually get out and you're in the water as if you were on the... Oh no! Hi, you're running the ship already, eh? Yes, you are. How you doing? All right, nice to meet you.
Stand by.
You having fun running the ship? Good. And it has all the things and the gauges that a 1950s, 60s ship would have, and even into today. So the Dawson's is a recreation of a ship. Many people don't realize it. Let's go on the other side, Joe. You can see how they use to navigate. Yeah, so one of the things about being on the river is to make sure you had good maps, and that's what it's there to do. It shows you all of the graveyards on the Great Lakes, Lake Erie especially, which is just down the way, all the ships that have sank in Lake Erie. Now we're going to go back down as if we're coming down to a different part of the ship. The Great Lakes has about 300 lighthouses, and all of these crystals, they show you how they were made and how they were able to share light way out into the Great Lakes. Then as we go down to a different part of the boat, shows we're going down to how the ship was run. You can see all the wiring. That's the Edmund Fitzgerald that sank. It shows all the different kinds of Navy ships, Coast Guard ships over the years, the different ones, the seamen's hats. And then it looks at all the guardians of the Great Lakes over the years, talks about the history of the Broadhead Naval Academy. And there's an exhibit for your kids to be able to come when you're at the Dawson and drive a hydroplane boat. And then there's, of course, the original canoes that were used. It's quite a historical canoe. And one of the early outboards. The key thing for people to understand about how Detroit, for 2 centuries, we put, you know, in 1769 was the first time that a ship was built here in Detroit. Lake Superior connects, and then it keeps going down and then into Ontario, right? And the way out over to the Hudson River, and then out through what was the Erie Canal that was man-made, but the native canal would have taken us, you know, the other way across the Welland Canal, Niagara Falls right there, and then down into Lake Ontario. This is a depiction of the French coming to this part of the world and being greeted by the natives who were here. And this is a beautiful artwork that was donated many hundreds of years ago. Old fireplace where people would have the opportunity to be warm on one of these old steamers. This is a donation of the Polk family. So we're going to leave the Dawson's Great Lakes and this part so we can show you the outdoors. The reason that the Dawsons built so much was that they were some of the creators of the first of these hydroplane boats. And these boats could go faster in the old days than any place else. This was the Miss Pepsi from the Yacht Club and the U-99. The Dawsons of Detroit are the people who built it. And it's one of the early examples of hydroplane racing. The Edmund Fitzgerald was the largest ships on the Great Lakes that ever had a tragedy, and it sank in a storm. And 29 crewmen got killed. It was the worst disaster in the history of maritime on the Great Lakes. So, for all those who died, we send prayers to their families and the anniversaries, and we hope that people take heed of the contributions of the people of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald to maritime safety.